What if I told you that some of the most important moments in your baby's life are the ones that seem completely ordinary? Not the expensive toys, not the perfect nursery, not the developmental products marketed to parents every day, but the tiny interactions that happen between you and your baby dozens of times without you even noticing. Because right now, as you're watching this, your baby is learning something from every interaction you have together. They're learning whether the world is safe, whether people can be trusted, whether their feelings matter, whether they are worthy of love. And here's the surprising part. Science shows that many of the experiences babies need most aren't the ones most parents focus on. In fact, some of the things babies crave most are completely free. No special equipment, no parenting course, no complicated techniques, just simple moments done with intention. Today, we're exploring 5 things babies secretly love and need more than most parents realize. These aren't parenting trends. They're backed by decades of research in child psychology, neuroscience, and infant development. And by the end of this video, you'll see your baby's everyday behavior in a completely new way. Because your baby has been trying to tell you what they need all along. Let's start with something that looks incredibly simple on the surface, but has a powerful effect on your baby's developing brain. Most adults don't realize it, but your face is one of the most fascinating things your baby will ever see. Before they understand words, before they understand toys, before they understand almost anything else, they understand faces, especially yours. Researchers have found that babies spend an enormous amount of time studying facial expressions. Not just looking, studying, analyzing, learning. Every smile teaches them something. Every raised eyebrow teaches them something. Every expression becomes information. The problem is that most adults move too quickly. We smile, then look away, we react, then move on. But babies process emotional information much more slowly than adults. Imagine trying to read a book while someone keeps turning the pages before you finish. That's what fast interactions can feel like to an infant. This is why experts often encourage parents to slow down. When your baby looks at you, try exaggerating your expression slightly. A bigger smile, a wider look of surprise, a playful expression. Then hold it for an extra second or two. That extra moment gives your baby's brain time to process what it's seeing. And something amazing happens. Many babies become completely absorbed. Their eyes lock onto yours. Their attention sharpens. Sometimes they smile back. Sometimes they kick their legs with excitement. Sometimes they simply stare as if they're trying to memorize every detail. Because they are. Those moments help build the foundations of emotional understanding. Years before your child learns words like happy, sad, excited, or frustrated, they're learning what those emotions look like through you. And every time you slow down enough for them to truly see you, you're helping build those emotional pathways. Your face isn't just entertainment. It's your baby's first emotional classroom. But as important as your face is, the next thing babies love teaches an even bigger lesson. A lesson about communication. A lesson about connection. A lesson that says, my voice matters. Have you ever noticed your baby making a sound and then pausing as if they're waiting? A coo, a squeal, a babble, a little noise that seems random. Many parents hear it and continue what they were doing. But your baby may actually be trying to start a conversation. Researchers call this process serve and return. Think of it like a game of catch. Your baby throws the ball. You throw it back. Your baby makes a sound. You respond. Your baby looks at something. You notice it too. Your baby points. You follow their attention. Simple, yet incredibly powerful. Because every time you respond meaningfully, your baby learns something important. They learn that their actions create reactions. They learn they can influence the world around them. They learn that communication works. Imagine your baby says, ah, and you respond, ah. Suddenly, you've started a conversation. Your baby often responds again. Then you respond again. Back and forth, back and forth. It might seem small, but inside your baby's brain, massive learning is taking place. Neural pathways related to language, social understanding, memory, and emotional development are becoming stronger. Your baby isn't simply hearing sounds. They're learning how human connection works. They're learning that people listen, that people respond, that relationships involve give and take. And here's what's fascinating. The quality of your response matters more than perfection. You don't need a script. You don't need special words. You simply need to notice and respond. When babies feel heard, even before they can speak, they develop a stronger sense of connection and security. Which brings us to something many loving parents accidentally interrupt. Something babies need more often than we realize. The chance to struggle. This one surprises many parents, because our instinct is usually to help immediately. Your baby reaches for a toy. You hand it to them. Your baby struggles with something. You fix it. Your baby gets frustrated. You step in. And of course, these actions come from love. But sometimes the most helpful thing isn't solving the problem. It's giving your baby a moment to solve it themselves. Think about a baby reaching for a toy that's just slightly out of reach. They're stretching, thinking, trying, working. Their brain is fully engaged. They're learning persistence, problem solving, coordination, cause and effect. Then imagine someone instantly solves the challenge for them. The learning opportunity disappears. Now, this doesn't mean leaving babies overwhelmed or distressed. Not at all. The goal is supportive struggle. A challenge that's difficult enough to encourage growth, but not so difficult that it creates frustration beyond their ability to cope. Researchers have found that children gain confidence through experiences of success that they earn themselves. When a baby finally grabs the toy, stacks the block, finds the solution, or accomplishes something they were working toward, their brain receives a powerful reward signal. It's the feeling of, I did it. That feeling matters. Because confidence isn't built by being told you're capable. Confidence is built by experiencing capability. And those experiences begin much earlier than most people realize. Your baby is constantly trying to discover what they can do, who they are, what they're capable of accomplishing. Every challenge becomes information. Every success becomes evidence. Evidence that says, I can do hard things. And that belief can stay with a child for life. Now, if you've made it this far, you're probably realizing something. Everything we've discussed so far has one thing in common. Your baby isn't asking for perfection. They're asking for presence. And the next thing babies secretly crave might be the most powerful example of that truth, because it requires almost nothing except your attention. Being truly seen. Let's talk about something that sounds incredibly simple, yet it may be one of the most powerful gifts you can ever give your child. Your full attention. Not attention while scrolling. Not attention while answering messages. Not attention while thinking about 10 other things. Just attention. Pure and complete. Because here's something researchers have discovered about babies. They don't just want interaction. They want connection. And there's a difference. Many parents spend hours caring for their babies every day. Feeding them, changing them, bathing them, rocking them to sleep. But genuine connection happens during a different kind of moment. A moment where your baby feels completely seen. Imagine you're trying to tell someone something important, but every few seconds they glance away. Look at their phone. Focus on something else. You'd probably feel disconnected. Babies experience something similar even though they don't have words for it. Researchers studying attachment and infant development have found that babies are constantly looking for emotional signals from their caregivers. They're asking silent questions. Do you notice me? Do my feelings matter? Am I important to you? And the answer often comes through eye contact. Facial expressions. Presence. Those quiet moments when you simply sit with your baby and focus entirely on them. No agenda. No goal. No lesson. Just connection. Many parents underestimate how powerful these moments are because they don't look productive. Nothing exciting is happening. No milestone is being achieved. No skill is being practiced. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary is taking place. Your baby is developing a sense of emotional security. They're learning that relationships are safe, that people can be trusted, that they matter. And those lessons become part of the foundation they carry into childhood and beyond. What's remarkable is that these moments don't have to be long. Sometimes just a few minutes of undivided attention can make a meaningful difference. Sit on the floor. Put distractions away. Look into your baby's eyes. Follow their expressions. Smile when they smile. Be curious about what captures their attention. To an outside observer, it may seem like nothing special. But to your baby, it's everything. Because your baby doesn't need you to be entertaining. They need you to be present. And that brings us to the final thing babies secretly need. A need that sounds completely backward in today's world. Because modern life teaches us that more stimulation is always better. More sounds, more toys, more activities, more entertainment. But your baby's brain may actually be asking for the opposite, the gift of a pause. Most people assume babies need constant stimulation. If they seem bored, we add more. If they're quiet, we entertain them. If they look away, we try to get their attention back. But what if those moments aren't problems at all? What if they're important? Researchers studying infant brain development have found that babies need periods of lower stimulation throughout the day. Time to process. Time to reflect. Time to simply exist. Think about how adults feel after a long day packed with information. Meetings, conversation, notifications, decisions. At some point, your brain wants a break. Your baby's brain is no different. In fact, because everything is new to them, they're processing far more information than we often realize. Every sound, every face, every movement, every experience. It's a tremendous amount of work, and sometimes babies show us they need a pause. They look away, turn their head, become quiet, lose interest in a game. Many parents interpret this as a signal to do more, to sing another song, offer another toy, start another activity. But often your baby is saying something entirely different. They're saying, I need a moment to process, a moment to reset, a moment to breathe. When parents learn to recognize these signals, something beautiful happens. The interaction becomes more balanced, more respectful, more attuned to what the baby actually needs. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do isn't adding stimulation. It's removing it, lowering your voice, softening your expression, giving your baby space to simply observe the world. Because growth doesn't only happen during interaction. Growth also happens during reflection. And while babies can't tell us this with words, their behavior often reveals it clearly. They need activity, but they also need stillness. They need connection, but they also need space. They need engagement, but they also need moments of calm. And when we honor those needs, we're helping them develop a healthier relationship with their own nervous system, a relationship that can benefit them for years to come. So let's bring everything together. Your baby doesn't need a perfect parent. They never did. What they need is much simpler. They need your face, your responses, your patience, your attention, and your understanding. They need moments where you slow down enough to let them truly see you. Moments where you answer their attempts to connect. Moments where you believe in their ability to overcome small challenges. Moments where you put distractions aside and simply be with them. And moments where you respect their need for rest and quiet. None of these things require special training. None require expensive products. None require perfection. They only require awareness. Because the truth is, your baby isn't keeping score. They're not counting mistakes. They're not expecting flawless parenting. What they're looking for is connection. Again and again, day after day. In the ordinary moments, the everyday moments, the moments that seem small, but become memories written deep inside a developing brain. Years from now, your child won't remember the toy you almost bought, or the parenting trend everyone was talking about. but the feelings created by your presence will become part of who they are. Every smile, every response, every moment of comfort, every moment of connection, those experiences become the building blocks of trust, confidence, and emotional security. So the next time you're with your baby, remember this: you don't need to do more. You don't need to be perfect. You simply need to be present. Because to your baby, you are already the most important person in the world. And every day, through countless small interactions, you're helping shape the person they will become. Thank you for watching. And if this video helped you understand your baby in a new way, consider sharing it with another parent who might need to hear this message too, because sometimes the smallest changes create the biggest difference.